please subscribe my channel. It was her birthday, a day that was supposed to be filled with joy, affection, and happy moments. I had arranged a special surprise, a nice dinner and a weekend trip away. But when I stepped into our bedroom that evening, everything froze. There she was, my wife Emily, completely naked and wrapped up with another man named David. The shock kept me standing still. The boldness of it, the cheating, and the fact that it happened on her birthday hurt more than I could have believed. My heart pounded loudly as all kinds of feelings rushed in at once. Anger, shock, hurt, and embarrassment. David froze as well, finally realizing how serious the situation was. But right then, in the middle of all that confusion and surprise, I made a decision that would change everything. I did not yell. I did not hit anyone. I did not rush out of the room. Instead, I stayed very calm, a kind of cold calm that left both of them quiet and unsure what to do next. I gently closed the door behind me, letting the quiet feel heavy in the air. Their eyes grew wide with fear showing on their faces. Emily tried to cover her body, starting to panic, but I kept my look firm and steady. I did not need to speak loudly. My quiet calm was scarier than any shouting. David tried to say something, but the words would not come out. I let the uncomfortable feeling grow, making each second count. They had to deal with what they did. I was not just reacting anymore. I was in charge. A clear feeling of control came over me. A sharp understanding cut through the mess. Every lie, every act of cheating, every secret moment flashed in my head. And in that planned quiet, the first part of my idea took shape. My next step would not be angry or vengeful. It would be a big show, full revelation and lasting embarrassment. I reached for my phone slowly and on purpose, making sure they knew there was no way to stop what was about to happen. A few touches on the screen, the light from it glowing, and suddenly the room was filled with the sound of a live video starting. Social media started buzzing. The live stream began. Our shared friends got notifications right away. Emily's birthday party had turned into a public judgment. The fear on her face turned to pure terror. David hurried to cover himself and started begging, but it was already too late. Quiet and public sharing took the place of any fight. What had been secret was now seen by everyone. Every proud smile she had given before, every lie she had made, came apart right then and there. I remained calm and careful, like a silent storm, letting the results happen just as I wanted. In just minutes, alerts went crazy. Texts, comments, and surprised reactions came flooding in. Friends, family members, even people from work were notified. Emily finally understood how big this was. Her cheating became a public nightmare she could not get away from. Her birthday, which should have had cake and fun, had changed into revelation and punishment. I never spoke loudly. I did not start a fight with words. I let calm control, perfect timing, and online sharing do everything. Every gasp she made, every tear, every rush try to hide only made the power of careful planning over wild mess clearer. This was not just payback. It was on purpose, letting the cheating itself set the punishment. When the truth finally hit her hard, there were no reasons she could give, no way out, no chance to take back the moment she ruined. Her fear grew out of control. "Please," she cried, throwing out blames. "You can't do this. Please, it's private." I lifted my hand. Quiet. Every word she said only made the lesson stronger. Months of lies and hiding ended in this very public judgment. David next to her could hardly look at me, finally seeing how huge the revelation was. He had not expected the strength of someone who was cheated on, someone who had watched quietly, waited, and gotten ready. By not acting on sudden feelings, I made the effect 10 times stronger. The people watching online saw it all. The shock, the fear, the breaking apart. The room was small, but the effect was huge. My calm staying there turned a private cheating into a public example, one that no loud argument or private talk could match. Control, careful steps, and waiting changed the whole situation. Emily dropped to her knees, completely seeing the change in who had power. Her sureness, her overconfidence, her belief that cheating could stay secret all fell apart right in front of her. I did not embarrass her with words. I did it with calm staying and clear revelation. The live video caught every part. Fear, hopelessness, sorrow. Her own choices became the proof of her judgment. I let the quiet go on, each second locking in the truth she could not deny anymore. Months of hiding had not prepared her for this. Every look, every shaking word, every try to make a deal was stopped by firm control. The room felt very important. In that carefully managed moment, I learned the power of waiting and planning over sudden anger. The cheating became her ruin in the most public and unforgettable way possible. By the end of the night, Emily was shattered, quiet, and completely aware of what her decisions had caused. David had slipped away, and the room was empty, leaving her open, alone, and weak. I did not need to yell or fight. I did not need a big talk. My calm, together with planned action, did what no argument could. It revealed her, embarrassed her, and forever changed who held the power. The birthday that should have been hers became a reminder she would never forget. Every friend, every watcher, every person seeing it became someone who saw the price of cheating, and she finally understood in the most public and impossible to avoid way that choices bring results. Waiting makes the effect stronger, and planning gives outcomes much better than any burst of feelings. By the time night came, the lesson was finished, and she knew there was no going back. Weeks later, Emily avoided looking at me, quiet and beaten. Her sureness, once so strong, had disappeared. The birthday, once a happy time, became a forever reminder of what she chose. I never had to yell, fight, or run after anything. My steady calm and careful steps did it all for me. Revelation, timing, and planning broke down the overconfidence she had counted on for months. Every text she did not answer, every playful talk, every lie led to that night no one would forget. She was left facing a truth she could not run from anymore. Choices have results, and waiting with careful planning brings fairness much better than anger ever can. The online world saw the breakdown, but she alone carried the burden of it. And in that quiet, managed time after, the lesson was clear, permanent, and impossible to argue with. Cheating is a decision someone makes, but revelation done with care is a result that leaves no room for saying it did not happen.